Streaming, I'm gonna put my Twitch channel in here. All right, so unwinding as well as whoever else might need the OBS help. So right now I'm just streaming my desktop. Close a bunch of these screens. And so I'll start with OBS, the standard one. When it loads up, it doesn't have anything here in the middle. With what Mitt had sent, you can go up to scene collection to import. You want to find that the Google Drive files that he had sent. There's this file called Dad's Scenes Collection. It's actually .xconfig. You would double click that. It loads up with your sources down over here. Now, all of these are actually set to where he saved the files. So you want to make sure that you have saved off all the overlay raws in a folder. I actually have a couple more because I did some edits and stuff for it. But what you do is actually you can go and preview screen, edit scene with this button. And then for each one of these, you can double click. It'll say this one's a dad's overlay that it shows here in the source file. Click on browse, go to exactly where that one is. Dad's overlay, you'd replace it with this one here. It'll probably change, and you can see that it's not the right sizing wise. So just I did a right click, position size, fit the screen, or you just click Control F. It makes it where everything kind of goes into place. Do the same thing with the other ones. Right now it's showing like this big red box one. Double click, go up to browse to find that file one. This one's Twitch Cam Dad's Gaming, which is camera overlay. Double click. Where did that one go? That one's a little bit hard to see right now because it's actually a black box. You can kind of see if I move it up there. And how I'm moving it is actually if you hold down, you just click and drag. Currently watching is this one here. If you need to change this for your own name, this is something where you want to be able to show who you are on the stream for Dad's Gaming. You can double click this, change out the name here in the bottom. You don't have to have this if you're not going to have a cam, or you can just have that up there in the corner so they know who's currently in the stream. Options display drops this top label over here. This watermark label, it's not showing up as well. You would double click on browse. I have it as a different file one here because it was a little bit lower resolution than for the original. And we'll send this out to you guys as well. But you can click it here. You can change the opacity if it's a little too dark or bright. Also, if you're streaming from OBS, you need to get your stream in there. So you can either do a click add and have your video capture device for this scene, or if you're doing a capture from Windows 10 via the streaming or PS4 via the remote stream, you do a window capture, find out exactly which window it is. I'm just doing a global source because I want to show you guys this as well. If global sources show up across all of your scenes, you can use it multiple times. So this is Elgato. Now choose exactly which device it is. Or video device, it could be either your webcams or your capture card. So mine's a capture card. And then you have to add that once it's a global source. So add global source Elgato. It puts it there. It's already full screen, but as you can see, it takes over everything because in the sources view for OBS, it goes by layers. So whatever's at the very top is the top layer. You can kind of click it, and you can either go order, move down, or you can use the control down shortcut. So I'm just going to do control down. So it brings it all the way down to this lower layer here. And now you can kind of see this the camera overlay one a little bit better as well. You need to add in your webcam, you can as well. It would be global source, I'm sorry, not global source, another video capture device. Webcam, under device, click what your camera is. It might not be working because it's set as a device on my other OBS one right now. That's OBS, the original OBS. You can also do the importing of profiles on here. Let me stop the preview. It makes it where this kind of goes away. And you did profile import. Go to where you saved all the stuff, and there's actually a dad's profile.ini file. This contains the info for your stream key and everything for once you're streaming on the Dad's Gaming channel. You just open that. All right. There we go. And now if you go under your settings portion, broadcast settings, it's already, the path play is already in there for the API stream key. If you need to, you can change out whichever server you're on or for your areas. And then file path you don't really need because you're not doing any recording. Closing out that, I'll go back into OBS Studio. It's very similar. I have it on, go ahead. Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't. I would stick with 720. 1080p typically only your CPU will handle it if it's an i7 or an i7 processor, which I know not a lot of people have. You need a really beefy computer to run 1080p, and 720p at 60 or even 30 frames should be really sufficient. Yep. Okay. Yeah, if you are you using the regular OBS or OBS Studio? Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. Oh, but I didn't have the your voice on there, so other people can hear your questions. All right, so for OBS Studio, it's a similar process. Pretty much that you have your scenes down over here. I wonder if I'll just do a test scene so you guys can see. So it's pretty much setting up the same things. You click on either add here, an image. You would name your scene. These are all pretty much global scenes. You'd use them within, or global sources. You'd use them within any of your scenes. So this I'm just naming test overlay. You'd go browse to where your file is. Click on whatever it is. It brings it up and it pops it right in there. Also gonna put in my video capture device. I already have my stuff already set up, but Elgato. It works the same way of sources and where your top level, the one that's highest on the screen, is actually whatever is shown above everything else. So you can drop it down and then the overlay shows up on there. You can also add in video capture device. The camera, you can do the same thing of where you can click from the edges, enlarge it. You can also, in both OBS original as well as now OBS Studio, if you have the latest version, you can hold down Alt, grab the sides, crop from the sides, which is excellent. Trying to remember what the other image ones are. Oh, that's right, the watermark logo. So this, as you can see, it shows up there in the middle. We want this to pretty much be add an opacity to that. So what you do, you would right click, you would add a filter. This is the filter section for how it would look. You click on the plus symbol, add a color correction. You can name it whatever. Transparency is what I have it named as, and you drop the opacity to like 15. And what this does then is that it leaves that kind of that still watermark there on the screen. It's above my camera, which is not what I would want. So just move that cam layer to the top. And that is set. Yeah, how I have mine set up right now is pretty much like that. I added in the operations supply drop one. I guess I can show you guys how to do that as well. If you click the plus from OBS Studio, you do text. You do new text. You'd fill in whatever it is here. In our case, operation supply drop. You can change out the font. I usually use Impact. I wouldn't say they're too common. It's something that we really wanted to do for the stream. And then, yeah, I just dragged it over, clicked it, enlarged it a little bit. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all that we have on there. You need to sometimes adjust for things. It sometimes doesn't show up if you click things above it. Yeah, that's about it for OBS and OBS Studio. If you guys have other questions, feel free to hit me up directly. I'll make this as a highlight video and either do a re-encoding to YouTube.